Happy Friday, February 16th, 2024. What is dropping today? Well, there's actually a lot of stuff that's being released today. A lot of stuff that I had never heard of, never heard the bands before, but I did pick out a couple of things that I knew that some people may not know about. And I also picked a couple of things that definitely people are talking about. So kind of mixed it in this week. But there's a bunch of new stuff today that I'm going to go back and listen to. So if I missed anything in this video, go ahead, put it in the comments and I will check it out because this release there's probably like 30, 40 albums that came out today. It was a lot. So the first one is probably the most popular release, I would say, for today. It is Isahn, who is, Isahn from Emperor, the legendary. He has another solo album out. This is his 9th full length now. Out on Candlelight Records, and there's also an orchestral version of this album. So I believe it is just self-titled Isahn. I do like a couple of his past releases. I've checked them out. I've enjoyed them. I've never bought them, but I have not heard this yet, so I definitely will be checking this out this weekend. So I think that's probably the bigger release today that some people were really excited about. But the other release today that I consider to be one of the bigger releases is there is a new Pestilength album out called Solar Clorex. This is on Marty Productions. They are a blackened doom type of band. They came out with an album back in 2022 that was really, really good, and I actually own it on tape. I meant to pull it out and show it, but I forgot to do that. So this album, this is a band that is out of Spain. This album is pretty good. I listened to it this morning because I knew it was coming. People were sending it to me to check out, and I really enjoy it. So check this band out. Great stuff. Love the artwork as well. Yeah, definitely probably going to be one of the good releases this year. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it. So the next one is the band The Obsessed. This is the doom metal band. This is their 5th full-length album. They're from the U.S., and it's out on Ripple Music. So I am not too well versed about this band, but I'm pretty familiar with them. I did actually listen to this album this morning, and it was okay. I mean, it's not anything that I can see myself really getting into. I probably need a few more listens, but this band does have a pretty good following. A lot of people really enjoy this band. They've been around for a while now, so good. If you're looking for some new doom metal, there you go. That's a good pick. Next release is Eternal Storm, the melodic death metal band with their new album, A Giant Bound to Fall. This album is very good. Out on Transcending Obscurity Records. It is their 2nd full length, and they're a band out of Spain as well. I really enjoyed this record. I listened to this a couple of weeks ago because I got the promo for it. And then I listened to it again this morning when I remember that it was being released today. Transcending Obscurity Records, they just put out awesome stuff. A lot of underground stuff. They pump out new music constantly. Like just so much new stuff throughout the year. And this is a pretty good album. Melodic death metal, as everybody knows, is not really a genre that I say that I'm super heavily in love with. It's really hit or miss for me, but I do really enjoy this album. So if you're looking for some mellow death, definitely check that album out. It's very, very good. The next one is Darkspace with their new album, -2. I think that's what it is. The band out of Switzerland, black metal. This is their 5th full length, and it's on Season of Mist. So Marty from Heavy Metallurgy, Marty Worm, did a review on this, so I will link that in the description. He admittedly is the reason why I know about this. I'm not too familiar with this band, admittedly. I've never heard anything that they put out before. I did really enjoy this album. I listened to it after he put out his review a couple of days ago. Actually, I think it was on Monday, so it's been almost a week now. And I enjoyed it. Definitely really fit the mood for the type of music that I've been listening to lately. So check that out. They're pretty iconic. A lot of people were really excited about this. A lot of people, they have a pretty large fan base. So that's probably the other bigger release to be considered for today. All right, 2 more that I want to shout out. Another one on Comatose Music, brutal death metal band, Cercenatory or Cercenatory. I butchered that, as always, with GoreSphere. This is their 2nd full-length album. The band is out of Colombia, and this is brutal death metal. And if you are a brutal death metal fan, you're going to enjoy this album. I also listened to this album this morning as well. I love Comatose Music. I've been showing off their stuff a lot lately. I've been buying from them. Great label, has awesome prices. So I was excited about this band. So definitely, if you're looking for some newer brutal death metal, check this out. I think you'll enjoy it. Pretty heavy, just filthy brutal death metal. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk about today is a thrash metal band out of Czechia called Refor or Refor. I probably butchered that as well. Illusions of Existence. This is their second full-length album, and it's out on Smile Music, which I'm not familiar with who that is. Yeah, their album artwork popped up a couple of times on Twitter, and I was like, well, that looks like something I would enjoy, and I was surprised to see it was thrash metal. Never heard this band before, but this album is pretty good. Modern thrash is not something that I really dive into a whole lot, unfortunately. I'm very much an old thrash metal head when it comes to that genre of music, but I did enjoy this. It's definitely got that grit to it, that old school grit feeling to it. So if you know this band, or if anybody is familiar with this band, let me know in the comments, because it piqued my interest, and there's a new fan now, so I'm gonna definitely take a listen to this album again, and hopefully, if there's physicals, be able to get it into my collection someday when I'm back to buying stuff. So that is all that I have today. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great week. Thank you for all the support that I've been getting these last 2 weeks. These last 2 weeks have been some of the hardest 2 weeks that I've had in a very, very long time. It's been a very stressful days, just trying to take it one day at a time. So I really, really appreciate it. I'm enjoying making these videos. They're getting good reception, so I'll try to do them as much as I possibly can. And yeah, have a great weekend, and I will see everybody on Monday.